Attention, bottoms! A top is speaking!
Hi, this is Rain. I'm the game master for the Hammer of the Gods.
I will gaslight gatekeep girl boss my way into the side.
We're an actual play TTRPG podcast telling queer stories.
It is at this moment Larkin realizes he's a technosexual.
Please do not stick your dick in this. Please.
Hit one of the guards. They go flip over anime style. Go, "Plah." And then the other one, I'm going to say, I'm going to make you feel real good.
Playing everything from World of Darkness.
And just cheating at cards, stealing things, and bullying men. Those are the three.
We made it to the moon, y'all!
Yeah.
I think Winston is like silently crying. He's like looking at the earth from above and is just like weeping in tears of just sheer like wonder.
To indie TTRPGs, you see this man strangling your friend.
I open the basket. Daisy, now! Attack that man! Attack cat's gonna attack cat.
And just about anything in between.
Blanche is enjoying the company of many, 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 many men.
You can just own being a slut. It's fine.
If that sounds like something you'd be into, come join me, your friendly non-binary storyteller, at Hammer of the Gods, wherever you get your podcasts.
Last time on What's Your Damage?
You can see the winter tree. It is enormous. Contrasted against the light mauve sky, it stands towering with its white foliage that is turning crystalline blue as you get closer and closer. And as you make your approach to it, you can feel the air around you chill. You see a bespectacled man sitting underneath a tree, writing something down. As he sees you, he goes, "It's getting so cold that the water's actually freezing next to it." This person is writing in Thieves' Cant. He noted that there were a couple of inscriptions written on a frozen leaf due east from the winter tree. There are markings here that are directing you to a very particular leaf, and you start to see handwriting. The handwriting is incredibly familiar because it is your handwriting.
You mentioned
Oh no, did I?
a couple of turn or two ago.
When you have the option, always throw a gnome. I don't know how to damage myself.
Oh, I'll damage you, brother.
Elliot, you can get more of us if you move.
Great. Now I'm in it. Thanks, Doug.
Yeah, we're more feelings. When I see you thinking about feeling stuff, Miss Everyone's like, I want to think about feeling stuff too. So I'm going to choose Bull's Strength.
Oh, shit.
The target has
What is my damage?
See, now that's a professional.
As you were at the winter tree, which I don't think any of you truly know the mythology of it, because I don't think you've had the opportunity to. Plus, you guys have, until recently, meaning until this day, haven't had memories. So nobody can hold it against you, but I secretly will. No one's reading my lore that I haven't made available to them.
The audacity.
It radiates cold. We got that much.
If you give it to me, I'll read it, Elliot.
No, never.
Give it.
You must intuit the lore
Yes.
through a series of arcane rituals.
Mostly booze. It starts and ends with booze.
I have those.
Per usual.
Nice. I've seen some pictures of booze.
Hey, look, I know that Hitra's resolution is coming up, so I follow the lore.
Very good.
I'm suddenly very glad my character is from an entirely different plane of existence. And I don't have to follow the lore. In fact, it's better if I don't.
Yeah, that does work out pretty well. As you are around the winter tree, and it is clear as ice, Wobbles, you went around to find a black leaf that has a note from you. As you turn it over, and I'm going to give you a very rough idea of what the winter tree looks like in our game. This is not for the audience at home, but this is for the players playing.
Maybe you should describe it in great detail.
There we go.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's
There we
fucking
go.
rad. Is it that big?
What a big snow-covered tree with bluish, icy-looking leaves. Wow.
And possibly a ruined village in its roots. Unsure.
Mm-hmm.
Its roots spread seductively.
Excuse me?
I thought I was muted. Sorry.
Oh, there's that druid coming out.
Wow.
Wow.
Tree hugger, they said.
Doug, I'm so glad you were not muted for that.
As Wobbles looks and finds his note, I will read out what your note says, Wobbles. Step 1. During Medelig's
fortune in Togs Haven, find Tika Marina at Collars. Ask for the double spot neat with Baspernell vintage from the back. Beware the Watchers.
And that's a lot to remember, so I'm going to share this
I
particular
love
note.
that we're getting notes now. This makes me so happy.
Well, that is just something that he can hold on to, and...
Yeah, I wrote down step 1, and then you started talking a lot, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not writing all this.
Step 1, keep note.
That's not a step. That's a 100-meter dash or something.
It's those recipes that have the 5-paragraph intro before you get to the actual heart of it.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that.
So as you see that, I'm going to guess that Wobbles, much like Parker, has no idea what that fucking means.
Yeah, but is he gonna make that obvious to everyone? Probably, because he trusts the people he's around.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so how does he make that obvious to the people around him?
Oh, hey, does anyone know what Magdalig's fortune is, or Togs Haven, or who Tika Marina is, or where Collars is?
Oh, Tika Marina? That's my favorite Indian food.
Do you mean the misfortune of Medelig?
No, it's Medelig's fortune. It's a holiday. Togshaven is a city here. I'm not sure who Tika Marina is. Collars sounds like a fucking bar or tavern.
Are you sure it's Medelig's fortune?
Pretty sure. Lived on this island my entire life. Celebrated it many times.
I knew this too. I was just seeing if you knew.
I mean, it's the one where you don't bathe, right?
No, what? Sure. What? Wobbles, what island are you from?
I'm from. Oh, I don't know Elliot's lore well enough. What's the flying one?
Nova.
No, I'm from Nova.
Okay, that explains things. Okay, and let's see. Okay, well, Okot, we know. Nova. Lawaywe, Nova? No, Hetra.
Hetra, yeah.
Hetra. Riz will give her a once over, but... Yeah. And, Viseverin?
I was born in Normandy.
Hey, she'll hold her hand up for us. All right. Yeah. No, yeah, it's definitely Medelig's fortune.
Huh. Is there another festival about this time?
No.
It's at the end of Dawala.
And what happens during this festival?
For me or for most people?
Both?
I've never really given into celebrating.
Oh, okay. What about most people?
A lot of thanking for life and water and stuff.
Right.
I get it. Water's important, but
I mean, yeah, for sure. But you don't bathe, and that's how you thank her, right?
No.
Huh.
I hope not.
You give daily thanks during like the whole period for, the water that sustains us. Since, as we've explained to Okat, it's kind of limited.
Yeah.
Leeway is just like obviously contemplating something. She just doesn't know what to do with this information.
And also, by celebrating, the idea is that you're giving thanks for the water, you're showing your gratefulness, and by doing so, you entreat Harmony to give you a mild typhoon season, so we're not inundated.
Okay. As I think we had Luweiwei's confusion at the festival, Medelig's misfortune, I think is what she was calling it. I believe, as you are all trying to decipher Wobble's note to himself, and he's playing off very well that he is totally from Harmony, I think you all would notice that Bear is looking at the tree itself as he lets out a low whistle of, well, that ain't good.
What's going on, Bear?
I'm so glad you asked, Wobbles, he says. As he points to the tree, and in the tree, about midway up, you can see a hole at the center that does not look like it was always there. Although the trunk almost appears like ice itself, this absence is noticeable. So you can see this jagged line, which is where several splinters are coming from. You can see cracks in the trunk of the winter tree.
Looks like hell of a case of thrips.
What?
That's a plant nerd joke. Thrips are a common houseplant pest. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to my pizza.
Okat says not having pizza on her.
It means something different in her world.
Yeah.
It's internal thoughts. I'm just going to go back to thinking stuff. Back to my pizzas.
Anyway, he's just gonna follow his gaze up there.
Do they have woodpeckers on Harmony?
Not that size.
Yeah, I kind of figured not.
Big living in there.
Wobbles, honey, are you okay?
It's a big hole. A big thing might come out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Wobbles. Breathe with me. Just in, slow.
Through my mouth or nose.
In through your nose. Nice and slow. Deep breath. Fill up your lungs. Hold it for the count of 5. Let it out through your mouth. Nice and slow. Just like that. Good job, bud. Good job.
Thanks, Riz.
Yeah, anytime.
I just get a little freaked out sometimes.
I know you do, bud. I know.
It is a large, unnatural rift. It's an understandable freak out.
Yeah.
So
Is it bad?
So it's not supposed to look like that?
No. Not really.
Yeah.
It should look like a regular tree with bark as opposed to ice tree plus hole, Bear says.
Oh wait, the ice thing is weird too?
The ice thing is weird as far as I know, right? Perseverin and Riz?
As far as I know, never been here before, never really had much care to visit the cold place,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my understanding is that's not that does not follow descriptions as I've been told my whole life.
I've only ever known it to create a winter-like condition around it.
Okat says, okay, but Bear, just quick gut check. Sky whales, normal?
Totally normal. Totally weird that you're hung up on that, he says.
Cool.
I think while they're talking, Lily is just like gonna go over to the tree and like look at her claws and then look at the tree and like see if she can't like use her claws to try and climb.
Oh, I love this for you. Yeah, absolutely. Using claws, so they're going to act as, I don't know what the shoes are called, but they have points on them. Okay, yeah. Make me an athletics check to climb up this.
Pitons.
Pointy shoes, by the way.
Yeah.
No, I'm so sorry. Doug is correct.
I just did Google it.
I just pulled it out of my head like a dumbass.
That's a 19.
All right, with a 19. Yeah, Luwewe, as you were climbing up this trunk, like, I mean, I'm not going to lie, you did very well, because this is normally very difficult. However, with your pointy fingers / pitons, apparently.
Nope, damn it. Sorry, it's crampons, not pitons. Pitons are the things you pound in. Anyway, back to my pizza.
Well, in Normandy, they're pitons. Until we forget that, and this comes up again, then we'll call it crampons.
And if they're on your feet, they're tetons.
Oh my god.
As you were climbing up, you start to get very high, and I think everybody down below can see that Bear he is not loving this for you. As you continue to climb, going first 10 feet, second 20 feet, first 30 feet, like, oh, God, can you please? If I talk, then I might throw her off, but she's just climbing.
Yeah, I'm not. This is. I love that she just decides. Does she normally do shit like this, where she just kind of is like, I'm gonna try this, and then just goes?
Yeah, that's exactly what she does. That's what she does all the time.
Yeah, that tracks. That makes sense.
Do you want to just hold out your arm so if she falls, we both create a sort of... Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure, you got it.
Yeah, he says as he just holds his arms out, ready to catch her.
This is just like I'm bearing like across from him, so it's like a little like cradle.
Meanwhile, Okat's watching like, man, that looks like fun.
Luwewe, you make your way all the way up, which is about 70 feet up.
I mean, she's specifically aiming for the hole because she wants to look in the hole.
I understand that, and that's where you're going.
Okay, all right.
As you get up that 70 feet to where the hole is, you peer inside, and you can see that there is a rather large hole, and inside is a fine jewelry box that is open and missing whatever piece of jewelry was inside it.
And there's nothing else in here.
Well, that's a great question. While you're up there, give me a perception check.
Okey-doke. Sure.
You have just ruined the day of a very fancy squirrel.
15.
With a 15, you can see a leftover tool inside. What made it maybe a little bit more difficult is that whoever was thieving this had put a mild enchantment on it. However, with your perception check, you were able to, as you were searching around, break the veil a little bit and see what appears to be a rather impressive, if small, handsaw. Its handle black as the night sky.
Totally a squirrel.
100% a squirrel.
All right. The enchantment was that it was like not able to be seen for a second there, right?
Right, without a perception.
Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So not seeing a fancy squirrel, although that would have been amazing.
I'm telling you, whoever stole this jewelry box is a squirrel.
She's just gonna like crawl into the hole for a second and then like pick up the handsaw because that seems like evidence. And then like just sort of tap the jewelry box with her claw and see if anything happens.
This is a very interesting question. Does anything happen as she taps the jewelry box? I think seeing her go into the hole, Bear is like, oh, God, as he is fretting. However, oh, God, that's probably more appropriate.
Your niece is very impulsive.
Oh, you don't even know that. Oh, cripes, he says.
Man, she's the coolest.
Even though it is so cold, you see a little bit of sweat on this golden dragonborn. As you tap it, Luwewe and everybody at the base of this.
Oh, no.
A great shudder goes through the tree. And as it does, Everybody on the outside, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, great.
shit.
I'm so very happy for this for me.
I love it for you. Honestly, I love it for you.
7.
Dirty 20.
Oh.
And as Okat's struggling to keep her feet, she's going, Bear, normal or not normal?
Okay, so what we have is Okat getting a 7, Wobbles getting a dirty 20, Riz getting a sweet 5, and Verseverin, hey man, you did it, an 18, baby.
Hey Riz, come join me on the floor over here.
You see like a small avalanche of snow fall to the east, and as you guys are putting together like, uh-oh, another avalanche of snow starts to fall. Wobbles and Perseverin, you both ditch off, dodging to either side as the snow. And let me just see how Bear does. Bear, yeah. As Bear, Okat, and Riz are, I like to think that maybe Okat is like, I'm telling you, it's a squirrel. As Bear and Riz are holding out their arms, waiting to catch Luwewe, not realizing that a big snowdrift is going to fall directly on them, dealing each of you 5 points of damage as boom, you are encapsulated in snow. It is, unsurprisingly, very cold. And once again, Riz is pretty effing tall. So is Bear. Okat's under 6 feet.
Probably like 5'8".
Wobbles and Verseverin, you can see that the snowdrift that has fallen on them towers over their natural heights. It is about 12 feet high.
Ah, beans.
Oh, fuck.
Start swimming.
Yeah, Wobbles starts using all of his frantic pacing energy, directs that into frantic digging.
I think Liwei, like hearing the noise, pokes her head out and is just like, "Oh, cupcakes!" And then she's gonna try and just latch her claws onto the ice and slide down.
Okay, so she's going to latch her claws and slide down.
And yes, she is leaving the thing up there.
Totally fair. Although, you might want to tap it once more for good luck, just saying.
No, we do not.
All right, all I can do is give suggestions, and if you guys don't pick it up, that's fine by me. Although, tap it maybe once more, please. Okay, as... There it is. There it is. Wobbles, as you are turning your nervous pacing energy into nervous digging energy, what's Verseverin doing?
No, frantic digging energy.
Thank you. My apologies.
You don't dig nervous.
You dig frantic, duh.
Yeah.
Verseverin?
I'm going to engage in some measured, careful digging.
Okay. As the two of you are digging, and Luwewe, give me a athletics roll to slide down, or dexterity. I think it would be dexterity this time because you were sliding down as opposed to climbing up.
Oh, okay, sure. Oof. That's an 8.
Okay, we'll resolve that in a second. Riz. Okat. Guess what? You have taken damage and you were buried under snow.
Cool.
Once there was sky, there is now white. As you feel the crush of snow around you, it's a little bit difficult to move around given that you are buried under snow. And in a large quantity, it is very heavy. And you can feel that heaviness pressing down on your bodies, making it a little bit more difficult to breathe. What would either of you like to do?
Guess I'll just die. I got nothing.
Riz is gonna start trying to claw her way out.
Okay, I love this. As Riz starts to try to claw her way out, and Okat's like, well,
wait.
I'm dead.
Hang on. Okay. Okat's first reaction is, guess I'll just die. And then she's like, hang on, arms of the astral self.
Perfect.
Because that does a blast of force damage.
Nice.
That might blast away the snow question?
It's certainly worth a shot. Let's see if the snow can make a dex saving throw of 12. No.
Oh no, this snow is incredibly dexterous.
It's taunting you with its speed.
Ah.
It's floating like a snow and falling like an avalanche. Okay, yeah. As you summon the arms of your astral self, which, just so I understand, does it explode out of you? What happens when you summon this?
Typically, when I summon the arms of the astral self, there's a spectral glow of energy around my horns that rapidly expands out of them and wraps itself around both of my arms. And then I imagine there's a sort of energy burst when it reaches my hands, like Naruto style.
Okay, excellent. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have you all give me a group check. And what we're going to do with digging, I'm going to say it's athletics. That makes the most sense to me. I think what you see is when the force energy comes off of Okot, Verseverin, and Wobbles, you can see a little from where you gather Okot probably is, or at least one of your teammates is.
That's not a teammate. I want to know what it is.
Sorry, I'm just imagining Okot. I'm imagining Okot in the dark tomb of the snow, and she's made just enough room to get her arms loose, and she summons all her strength, and the glow begins, and it wraps around her arms, and she's like, no! And then from the surface it goes, piff.
Okay, I'm going to give this to you, so good luck. And you're going to give me a group roll. There is a DC to this, but we will discover this fairly soon whether you guys do it or not.
Goody. Super stoked.
Oh, natural 20 for Okot.
Okay.
Success!
We did it.
As you see all of you know where to gather your efforts. And even though Okot was a little bit further, I always imagine that Okot's a little bit in the back, unless it comes time to fight, then she's just unerrantly in the front. Verseverin and Wobbles, you know where to dig. As you are digging, you see Riz's mohawk still fucking mohawking all over the dig dang place. And following up after that, you see Okot's fucking cool ass arms, the glow of them, because they glow, right?
They do glow.
They do glow. As you see that, you can start to pull out your teammates. Luwewe, you are getting a very close view of your teammates digging themselves out because you are falling, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
Riz, I think you were close. Hit me?
I'm gonna remind you of something. Lily doesn't fall.
Okay.
What?
I just love the resigned okay. There was so much weight to that okay.
So, if you'd allow me, I'd like to do something. If that's all right by you, Ray. You're not going to take any force damage. I'm going to keep it within your range.
I'm sure. Yeah.
All right.
Do what you gotta do, DM.
As you lose your grip, as you were going to slide down, you begin to fall. However, knowing that you can't fall, you begin to glide. However, I think it's like one of those things where you don't really know that you're falling until you're falling. And so you have to twist your body like cats falling from the ground. No, they don't fall from the ground. They fall to the ground.
I mean, have you ever startled a cat? Sometimes they fall from the ground.
This is very true.
Yeah. Like all 4 feet leave at the same time.
As you are falling and you see that your teammates are digging themselves out, Wobbles and Verseverin helping after the and Riz's glorious mohawk and Okot's cool ass arms.
I just can't help but envision are waving above the snow without me like a fucking those tube guys at the car dealerships.
Arm dancers instead of air dancers.
Yes. Usually it's a lot cooler when I'm not stuck under the snow.
As you are falling the way, suddenly with everybody being dug out, there is Bear, who seems to have not moved the entire time that he was buried under the snow. It seems like his arms are still out to catch. So you can fall you can fall towards him, or you can glide towards him, or you can glide away, whichever you choose.
I I kind of feel like what happens is like she's focused on the ground below and doesn't realize that like she's about to hit a bump, like a natural bump in the tree's bark that's now ice. And then she does, and her claws just kind of go fink, like straight out of the ice, so then she's falling. And so she has to do that like cat twist, and honestly, she's not thinking enough about it, so like she glides, it's much slower, but like kind of like a slow motion just fall directly into the snow and face plants. Right at the base of the tree.
As Luwewe is face planted and Bear's like, damn, didn't see that one coming. He looks around to the rest of you. He's like, everybody doing all right?
Yeah, sure.
No.
Wobbles. Remember. In through the nose. Hold. Out through the mouth.
He's kind of just hyperventilating now.
Lily pops up like a daisy, just.
Oh, it's wet.
Okay. Hands up. Who's physically injured?
Okat raises her hand.
Riz raises her hand. And she looks at Bear. And then Luwewe.
Luwewe does not raise her hand, but she is picking herself up.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry. I didn't think it would do that.
It was the squirrel, wasn't it?
No, that would have been fun. No, there was a jewelry box.
Uh-huh.
And I just tapped it, and then that happened. So I didn't pick it up, because I didn't know what that would do.
Huh.
Are you guys okay?
Yeah, it's just a scratch. I'm fine.
Really,
I'm fine.
But yeah, there's a jewelry box, like, in the center of the hole.
So there's a new hole in the ancient tree with a jewelry box that can, like, ring?
I mean, did it make a noise, DM, or did it just like I assumed the snow came out of the tree cover, like.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that it rang. It just, as soon as she touched it, snow fell as if a defensive sort of thing.
Gotcha. Okay. So, booby-trapped jewelry box.
With nothing in it? Like it was open? So, I don't know, maybe.
And she just kind of like gestures to all the snow around them and the ice tree and stuff.
Hey, you think this is fucking whacked, right? This is like nuts.
I mean, yeah.
Seems like somebody stole something from the tree. Why was there a chest inside of the tree?
I mean, did it steal something or did it just like hit the tree really hard?
I thought you said that the jewelry box was empty.
Oh, it was. Like when I found. Oh, there was this too. And then she'll pull out the saw from, in a pocket, and she's.
There was this, and I think somebody put a magic spell on it, but it's not there.
Okay.
Does it look like the saw could have cut the hole in the tree? Is that like a reasonable yes?
That would be reasonable, yeah.
Okay. It looks to me like someone stole jewelry. I can't believe it was from a tree.
That's a little bit odd.
Why would there be an empty box in a tree? There had to have been something in there.
I mean, why would the tree have jewelry?
Exactly. There's a lot of questions.
I'm telling you, squirrel.
Although I guess trees can look pretty too. Or want to look pretty.
Yeah. Can I take that saw for a second, Luwewe?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Riz is gonna plunk down in the snow with the saw in front of her and take 10 minutes to ritual cast detect magic on the saw.
Oh.
Okay, she is going to detect magic. And I will remind everybody, it is cold, so the longer that you stay here, it will become unpleasant since it is so cold. However, you seem to be fine for now. During that 10 minutes, you can see that Bear is thinking. He turns towards Persephone. He's like, do you know the myth of the winter tree?
I do not.
Well, as he starts a fire.
The DM's dying for somebody to know.
Yeah. He goes, well, as she's detecting that magic, let me tell you what I know about this tree. Sound good?
Okat's gonna gather around for story time.
Can Liwei like go bustling around picking up like twigs to help him build the fire?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. As she's bustling around, getting the twigs, he's like, it is a magical fire, but I love the initiative, he says.
Earlier, I think it might have got lost. I had cast my Balm of the Summer Court, and so I was going to throw a d6 of healing to each of the 3 people who had taken 5 points from the thing.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The timing would have been when Riz asked people who was hurt. I'm like, okay, hand up, good. And I think it was 3 people. I think 3 people took damage.
Yeah. That would have been Okat, Riz, and Bear. As Luwewe is getting tinder for the magic fire, which I don't know why that tickles me as much as it does. It just does. And Riz is concentrating on casting Detect Magic. And with Verseverin not knowing the myth of the winter tree, Bear squats down in the snow because, he doesn't want to get the seat of his pants wet. That could be embarrassing. And he goes, all right, so. Here's what I know. A long time ago, generations before generations ago, there was Surit of the Amalisa tribe. She, traveler of land, water, and sky, an Aarakocra of great renown. She was heralded as the best because she was, with an untamed spirit, and that is why so many of her tribe and Armandi entire found it so odd that she found love in the unremarkable Galakala, an Eladrin with patient green eyes. What they failed to realize is that no matter how many distant lands we travel, there is always the pull towards a soft, kind place, a place called home. And that was Kalakala's great gift, to give Surit a home. Well, if you're the best at something, you will have challenges. And one day an adversary arrived, challenging the great Surit from the Amalisa tribe. Although the adversary's name is lost to history, what we do know, or what survives, is that they were a master of dark energy. And thus this person, this adversary, challenged Surit to a race down a great mountain and through the arterial rivers, which would lead to Lake Jessen, and across that great expanse to the first town just east of it. The condition was that Surit would not be able to use her natural gift, the gift of her wings, the gift of flight, and thus the two engaged by going down the mountain. After the first leg, it was the adversary who was in the lead, as they arrived at their boat first. Trailing, a day behind, was Surit. What the adversary did not know was that although she was born with wings, she was made for water. And in those small lakes, there was still many great hazards. Things in the water which envied those who claimed the land and the air as their dominion. Things that wished to take living, dry things and bury them below still water, as still as stilt. The adversary watched as Surratt took the lead, and watched still as she became just a small dot on the horizon as they reached Lake Jensen. But then, the clouds came, and the typhoon raged, and although Surratt was capable, and Surratt could survive, her boat could not. Waiting on the land was Kala Kala as the adversary arrived. And waiting a day, a week, a year was Kala Kala. Until 5 years after, a dryad found him and asked him the question, if you were to die and she were to arrive, and your soul belonged to another form, would it break your heart? And he said, no. It was enough just to love her. Touched by this, the dryad offered to make him a tree, one that would last as long as it needed to, one made of ice and snow and heartache, so that Surratt would be sure to see it, curious at this anomaly in this land. The dryad also promised that it would create a locket and store it at the core, store it in the heart of the tree, so that when Surratt arrived and when she reached inside, she would find her Kala Kala one more time. And that is the story of the winter tree. So, I'm guessing somebody who's not her took that, and it's causing this. Just my guess. I could be wrong.
Saying it's not a legend.
No, that's what I was thinking too. When you said that, I was like, oh, I'll bet that locket is the one that was in the jewelry box.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's really sad. Like, why would you steal something that important?
That's a good question.
How would you even know it was in there? Like, it's in a tree.
Well, I knew it.
Oh, that's a good point.
Do you steal the locket? Prime suspect.
Riz is still concentrating, but she's like, yeah, I heard that before.
Did you steal the locket? Prime suspect as Riz is what?
Riz is still concentrating, but she's like, yeah, I heard that story before.
Oh, now we have two suspects.
Oh no!
Wait, who's the first suspect?
I think me, according to Perseverin. What do you think, Detective Wobbles?
I think that whoever took it had knowledge that bad things would happen if they did, and they were more motivated to onset that than to actually acquire the locket.
Ooh, bold theory.
I mean, that's pretty compelling. Bear says, as he's how much Tinder has Luewe found at this point?
I mean, I think she found enough to make just like a sad little wood teepee in the middle of his magic fire, and then just sat probably squatted down because she also doesn't want to get her butt wet, and just put her hands over it.
Okat straight up sitting. I'm already wet.
Fair
This
enough.
is true. We are both wet, and I am cold, he says. Yeah. But as Riz, you concentrate on this. You do detect what type of magic was used, which is transmutation magic was used on this item.
Okay. She will relay that information to the group.
So does that mean it was not originally a saw? Or it was a saw, but it was made to look like something that was not a saw?
Was it turned into a saw? Or has it recently turned back to a saw?
Or it could have been moved at the caster's command.
Oh.
Like, yeah. Could have been using it to saw things without actually having to saw things.
That might be how they got into the jewelry box without, being buried in an avalanche.
right. Huh.
Hmm.
So,
Or getting turned into like ice? Like, is that what we're saying happened to the tree?
could be.
Well, what about that note Wobbles found? Like, who left that and why?
Oh, I left that note. I have no idea why.
You
What?
left the note?
Yeah. Well, it's my handwriting. That or a very skilled forger did.
Oh.
So, then you've already done those steps? Or that step, I guess. It's just one step.
Or maybe you were leaving a clue for yourself because you knew you wouldn't have your memory when you found it.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh.
So you think you were investigating the hags?
I was investigating something. I know that much.
Right.
You haven't had all your memories returned to you.
I think I did something to erase my memories that the hags didn't do.
Interesting.
Huh.
I don't know how or why, but I don't have the memories all the same.
I mean, it kind of makes sense though, doesn't it? Like, if you were going to go investigate the hacks and maybe you knew something about them selling secrets or something and you didn't want them to have your secrets, so you did something to yourself before you got caught?
That's what I think happened.
I mean, that's really smart, honestly.
Well, at first I thought I was evil, but then once I calmed down, I realized I probably did that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because you're clearly not evil.
That we know of.
I mean, Bear wouldn't like you if you were.
I wouldn't like myself much either.
As Wobbles makes his announcement that he wouldn't like himself either, you do hear from the distance a crack of thunder and a howl.
I think it's time for us to get the fuck away from this tree. I would like to not be buried in snow again.
Yeah, that's fair.
We should probably go see what that was, right?
Was there anything else, Bear, that you were expecting to find at the tree?
No, I just wanted to give it a once over to see what was causing this, but I think we have the root cause.
That was awful.
I have two questions for people with memories.
Uh-huh.
How close are we to Togs Haven, and when is Magdalig's fortune?
Oh, yeah, you are 4 days travel away on foot. Medelia's fortune is next week.
We should get a move on.
God, it really has been a year.
About time for us to leave.
I think Bear just puts out his fist for a fist bump.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah.
I think Wei Wei is going to be looking back up at the trunk, and then she's finally just going to raise her hand.
Yes, Wei Wei.
Okay, I definitely shouldn't go back for the box, right?
I feel like we should say no.
I mean, I don't know what would happen if we took it, but I kind of would like to investigate it, and I really can't get up there.
The amulet belongs in the box belongs in the tree.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good point. We definitely just want to give it back to him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
And she'll get up and just like wander over to like one of the big roots and then just pat it.
It's okay, we'll bring it back.
I have a thought, though. Box is just sitting there in a gaping hole in the tree that we have no way of ending. Someone may just take the box. If it is important, it would be foolish to leave it unguarded, at the very least.
No, we could fill the hole. No, I don't know how to do that. Never mind.
It's making me think we need the box.
Take the box.
Talking myself into it.
Take the box. Get the necklace. Put the necklace in the box. Put the box back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would probably be the right thing to do.
That seems straightforward.
Can trees talk?
I don't know. Druid, can trees talk?
Sometimes, for sure.
Can you talk to the tree?
I myself have never heard a tree talk or talk to one, but they definitely can talk.
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Leah's just gonna put her ear up against the tree root and just see if she can hear anything.
Wish I knew a way. Wound of the tree. It's painful to just look at.
Yeah, I don't like just leaving it.
Elliot, is it possible to see, like, is this, like, Grim looking for the tree, or is it just, like, you know what I mean? Is it, like, rotting now, or, like, someone just cut it and it's gonna just heal up eventually? It made me emotionally invested in the stupid tree.
That was the plan the whole time, you fools.
Up for the oldest trick in the book.
Being attached to trees, you druid.
It's, you put googly eyes on it, and that melted my heart.
So repeat your question to me, because I got lost in my victory.
I'm just wondering, with Perseverance's really bad nature-ish type skills, like, this is not a natural thing. Someone cut a hole in a tree, but, like, you can cut branches off. Trees are fairly sturdy. They just grow back. You'd have to, like, fuck up the root system. So does this, in his mind, look like something that's like, shit, this is bad, or just like, nah, it's gonna heal?
Since this whole thing is somewhat magical, or even like very magical, if Bear is correct about the myth, and it's not even a myth, it's a legend, no, this probably would not heal.
The best thing we can do for the tree is to get the amulet back into the box, into the tree. We should get the box.
Okay.
Can I make an athletics check?
Oh yeah, you can.
I guess it's my turn to climb a tree.
Are you sure you don't want me to just... Okay.
I got claws too.
Yeah, anybody who's got claws, you have a piton already, or a Crampton.
Or a sharpshoe. Crampton.
Peter Crampton, climb in the tree.
Straight out of Crampton.
Straight out of Crampton.
I'm rolling athletics.
Hit me.
I think an 11 total. Yeah. I should remember to do things like guidance and shit on myself.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. Or ask someone else. Or phone a friend.
Yeah, just like, nope, I got an idea. Let's do it without thinking.
As you start to climb up the first time, your claws, you get up about like 7 feet. So, about even with where your head is normally before you start to slide back down.
Meanwhile, Okad is like trying to get out of range of any falling snow. She's just backing up.
Lily is just gonna go. Can I help? To Perseveran.
Please. Yep.
Okay. And she's gonna try and go back up and just pointing out the marks that she made the last time.
Okay, yeah, so you want to give him advantage that way? That sounds good to me. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you can, if you want to, if Perseveran having this great idea about trying this again, but after giving guidance on himself, I'll give you advantage in whatever boons you give yourself, because that's only fair if you give yourself boons.
Well, 12. No, I'm just too old. God, I used to be able to climb trees. I could climb icy trees.
Should I also try rolling this that she was trying to pace him? Although
I'm part way up the tree now, so we'll see what happens. I mean, obviously something happened last time, so.
Jeez Louise. What'd you get, Luwewe?
Nat 20.
So I will say this, Perseveran, as you get up a little bit higher than you did last time, like maybe 9 feet, and you can feel that your arms are trembling as it is this straight verticality is so GD tough for you to deal with, especially now that you're an older dragonborn.
I could transform into something that can climb fucking trees. Like, Perseverin is just like, I can do this.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, brother, I understand that to a fault.
I don't need guidance. Okay, I guess I do need guidance.
Completely like reach her tail down and just be like, here.
I mean, with a nat 20, I'm going to give it to you. As you aid him that way, that leaves Wobbles, Okot, Riz at the ground looking up at a very proud Perseverin, which Mood King, and Luewe just cruising up. The only difficulty that you guys are seeing as you were climbing is another flash of lightning happens, and it's much closer than the initial one was. And that howl that you heard earlier is uncomfortably close now. With your team split to climbing up the tree, 3 at the bottom. I'm going to put you all on a different map. Just know that there is no tree here, but we will improvise.
We might have to use our imaginations.
We very well may, which is so crazy.
Boy, howdy.
One day they'll automate our imaginations,
What?
and we'll call it AI.
Theater of the mind in my D&D?
If everyone did their D6 to gain hit points, it's also a D6 plus 1. You get 1 temporary hit point as well.
Oh.
So we just roll our own D6 then? Or do you roll it for us?
I feel like, yeah, I don't want that kind of, karmic debt.
I don't want that stank on me.
Okay, I'll roll my own D6 then and watch me fail. Watch me fail. Oh my god! Hey, look at that. I'm back at max. Because that was 6 to the year. I am absolutely taking that. Because I don't want bad things to happen.
What the rest of you see as Luewe and Perseverin are making their way up is you see what looks like a interesting mixture of dog and bull, as it is about as big as Okot's 5'8", so it towers over our friend Wobbles. However, you can see that running the length of its body, electricity is surging and crackling as it stares at the 4 of you down here. Another lightning strike comes from the sky, striking it, illuminating its fur and its electric blue eyes. It bares its teeth and starts to make its way towards you. You all get the sensation or the knowledge that this thing is ready to attack.
How long has it been since we dug out of the snow?
More than 10 minutes, because it took me 10 minutes to detect magic.
Okay. Balls.
Bye-bye, arms. Sorry, we hardly knew ye.
My arms, my beautiful arms.
Are they still like beneath the canopy or are they clear?
I take it that they were going to move a little bit away from the canopy considering what happened last time. Is that a safe assumption to make for all of you?
I think they said so. Yeah.
Okot had already left the vicinity of the canopy. Yeah.
Riz was not taking that chance, and also I think she would have at some point said, I would not try and catch Perseverin. Not do that. Luewe, sure, but Perseverin, nah.
So we'll put them at a distance of 60 feet from the trunk of the tree. So they're away from the canopy where it fell before.
But I do want to try and do something from my vantage point before the creature arrives, if it is viable.
Okay, yeah, hit me with what you...
I was going to cast a spell. I was gonna start mixing it up, so I don't want to necessarily do it just as a freebie if that's going to interfere with, tactical combat.
Okay, yeah, so what we'll do is roll me a dexterity check to see if you're able to react in time and do something from that during this round. That's how we'll run it.
I see something and I'm like, I know what I want to do, but I'm clambering up this stupid icy tree by the tail of a tiefling.
I do love that this is the second time Perseverin's like, there's a combat. Why did I follow my winds?
So I now want to have hanging by the tail of a tiefling be a new phrase.
That's my Imagine Dragons cover band.
Has Okot, Riz, and Wobbles rolled initiative?
I did not roll initiative, so I got distracted on what I was doing. Hi. Like it really matters because my initiative is shit.
It's a fucking bulldog. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Hey, Bulldog. Beatles fans.
I believe you mean B-Dog. Woof woof.
God, it rolled so incredibly well for initiative. 23?
It did. It rolled. I got a natural 20 on it.
You know, listen. Hey, look, you rolled a nat 20.
I did.
Hey, we gotta come curse your dice again.
Okay, and then Viseverin, if you want to roll me a dex check.
Oh, that's a good one. Dirty 20.
Yeah, I'm going to put that you can act in this first round. Since you could see it before it started to make its way, I'll even bump you to the top of the initiative from your vantage point.
Oh, wait, are we supposed to be on the initiative?
No, because you guys are climbing. So unless you can directly intervene, but he has a spell that he wanted to use.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
We'll see if this is even reasonable. The thought was I wanted to cast Spike Growth between charging creature coming at a distance to the party who isn't. We're not really a ranger party, so I thought that might tactically be a good play.
Okay, yeah. So you want to. So what's the distance of Spike Growth?
I can do it 150 feet.
I mean, that will work.
The space it takes up is a 20-foot sphere. A 20-foot radius centered a point within range. Twists and sprouts, hard spikes and thorns.
So yeah, you're making a Spike Growth, so you're trying to put that in between the party on the ground and the bulldog, the lightning bulldog,
B-Dog.
Thank you, the B-Dog, and woof woof, and that creates terrain that is difficult for it to pass through or hurts it if it crosses through. Okay, absolutely. So as you're able to put this down on the ground, the spikes start to form, unbeknownst to the dog, who's been keeping his eyes on the prize, which are these adventurers currently. As that goes down, the bulldog takes, for every 5 feet that it travels. Oh, that's crazy.
And it takes twice as long to get there. It's some bad mojo.
Okay, as you put that down, it goes around the bulldog, who immediately starts to take some damage. It's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, that's a lot of piercing damage. You're going to need to roll me 8d4 as this thing charges through.
Man, look at all those dice.
A lot of triangles. 18.
Okay.
Nice.
Dealing 18 points of damage. You see the Spike Growth just cutting into this dog as it makes its furious charge at the 4 of you. It is certainly slowed down. You can tell that even though it makes the 25 feet to get to you, it is doing a lot of work to make up that 25 feet. As it reaches you, you can see some stray electricity coming out of the wounds that are newly generated. However, it does make its way to you, and it's going to attack Wobbles first because you're the closest. Okay, Wobbles, does a 19 hit?
No, that's gonna miss.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Let me check something real quick. No, that's that's unfortunate. I'm just gonna roll this damage just for shits and gigs. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
That does 15 points of damage to you, Wobbles.
Oof, too bad it missed. Ooh. Man, that would have been most of my life.
Yeah. As seeing that it totally missed Wobbles, it will then target Riz, who is right next to him as well. And Riz, does the 23 hit you?
Gee, let me check my notes here, GM, real quick. Oh gosh, that just barely hits. So close.
You hate to see it, but you love to see it as well. You take 11 points of damage on this attack.
Cool, love that for me.
As it is now in the middle of all of this. Okay, Bear is up. I think Bear is going to throw fire at it. Let's see how Bear does. That's a 2. Bear's going to try again. That is enough. You see another bit of flame come out, striking the bulldog square in the head?
The snoot?
the snoot. He booped the snoot with fire, is what he did, causing a good amount of damage as it turns to face him.
This poor dog is mad at a lot of different people in a very short order.
Yes. Wobbles, what would you like to do?
Oh, I thought you were playing a one-player game.
Yeah. I can roll for you if you'd like. So then, Wobbles, what I think you're going to do is you're just going to surrender.
Oh, Wobbles.
All right. Well, I miss the bee dog,
Because you rolled a 7.
and I'm gonna cunning action disengage. So now Wobbles cleverly positioned himself on the other side of the spikes just in case that thing wants to charge at him again.
Hey.
That is clever.
And so he can die alone.
Same here, brother. Okay, Okot, your turn.
Yep, Okat's gonna go toe-to-toe with this motherfucker. Gonna pop the arms of the astral self again.
Yeah, let's make a dex saving throw to see if he can avoid this.
Yeah.
That is a 16.
Yeah, that beats the DC 12.
Okay.
Ta-da. But that is a bonus action, so I'm also gonna punch him in the face. Let's see. 15. Okay. And
A 15 will hit.
damage. 5.
Okay, excellent. It takes 5 damage as your fist finds its face.
Yeah. Like it when that happens.
I believe we've established that as a snoot.
That is a snoot. As your face finds its snoot.
I booped him right in the snoot.
Boop the snoot.
Snort, snort.
Boop the snoot.
After Okot boops that snoot, the bulldog focuses on her as Riz. It is your turn.
I would like to just scooch up here. I'm going to scooch to give myself flanking, which gives me +2, right?
Yep.
Cool. And then I'm going to hit it with my mate. That's a 19 to hit. And 6 damage.
Krang, as Riz, you hit this fucking dog. Still in the snoot? I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know.
No, I think she's going to try and, because she's tall, so she's going to, go down, on its back.
Crack on the back.
I also hate this. I'm like, poor puppy. But it started this.
I also just realized I have an animal friendship, and I went with spikes. Ooh. Bad move, Druid.
Yeah. Yeah. You chose violence.
I mean, what were you going to do from halfway up a tree? Bark at it?
Ooh. Anything else that you are going to do on this turn, Riz?
I will do a bonus action healing word to my good friend Popple.
Popple?
Papadopoulos?
Pavel?
To Wobble. And then that'll be 8 healing to Wobbles.
8 maximum. That is a friendship heal.
We're bros, man. We've been in the trenches together.
The power of friendship compels you.
As Wobbles, you feel yourself magically healed. We cut back to the tree team. You are close to the hole as you guys have been making your way up. You do see the bee dog, Lightning Hound, engage your friends, and Luwewe, you feel Verseverin kind of pause as he puts down a spell where the bee dog was. What would you guys like to do?
She's concentrating on getting Verseverin up this tree right now. So when we get close to the hole, she's gonna get inside and then turn around to give him a hand in.
And I've got this here. If you want to go down there and mix it up. I have no idea what Luwewe's mindset is like.
Well, she's kind of watching it. She's
I think they look okay for now.
All right, then.
Are you going to talk to him?
I can't talk to the tree. I don't know why everyone
Well, sure
wants
you
me
can.
to talk to trees. Okay.
I mean, talking
the trees is easy. Here, I'll show you.
Yes.
She's like helping him in.
I'm a druid. Everyone thinks they can talk to trees. That's racist.
Classist?
Classist.
Out of breath, also like. Clyde.
While he stands there and like huffs and puffs, she's just gonna go over to where the jewelry box is and just like kneel down in front of it. Like, hi, Mr. Kalakala. I'm sorry I touched your jewelry box before. I didn't know what was going on with it, but now I do. My name's Liwei, by the way, and this is for Severin. It's good to meet you.
Hi.
So, I know you're probably really upset right now because somebody came and they took your locket and it definitely wasn't Surrit, right? Well, we want to help you get that locket back, but we're afraid that if we leave your box here, something bad will happen to it too?
Thieves.
So, can we take your box? Yeah, thieves, more thieves. So, can we take your box for like a little while and put the locket back in it and then we'll bring it back to you? Would that be okay?
As you were talking about this, we cut back to dog team, or B-dog team. What you see, Okot and Riz, and I don't know if Wobbles can see this from his vantage point. However, the dog's ear turns towards the tree as if it is listening to something. The ferocity with which this thing began has been somewhat tampered down in this moment. Who booped his snoot? It was Riz and Okot, right?
No, Riz cracked his back. Okot booped his snoot, and I think Wobbles booped as well.
No, he missed his boop.
Oh, he missed the boop.
Bear booped the snoot with fire.
You can see that its ear has turned, especially Okot, you would see this because you're closest to
Right
the
there.
tree. Yeah. And it is going to make an attack on you. However, as it tries to champ down on you.
Like a champ.
Chomp down, sorry. As it tries to chomp down on you,
No, I like champ down.
you notice that it's almost does it half-heartedly, as if it's distracted by something. It then wheels around towards Riz and also tries the same thing. However, Riz, as its face turns towards you, you can see that both ears are attuned to something other than the middle of this fight. And it is also going to try to take an attack on you, which, once again, it seems like it's sort of half-hearted as it does. He is going to move away from you and closer to the tree. However, if you would like to take your opportunity attacks, I'm going to just leave the token here.
Absolutely gonna do that.
Yeah.
It's a
That'll hit.
17. Okay.
That'll hit.
And that's gonna be a whopping 4 damage.
All right. 4 damage.
Okay, 4 damage. As this thing gets closer to the tree, it stops and appears as if it is guarding the tree from the 4 of you. As you both maced its back and booped its snoot for the second time running, we have, I think, Bear goes closer and casts magic of some sort. Wobbles, what would you like to do?
How descriptive of you.
What would Wobbles like to do? Well, he kind of trusts Bear. Bear doesn't seem to be attacking it. Okay. Did lightning come out of this thing?
It did. Initially. Not since its initial announcement of itself. So where are you wanting to move to, Wobbles?
So I'm going to bonus action dash, go right up to the B-dog, and I want to take my best Rizzo learned calming breath.
Good job, buddy.
And I want to hold out my hand for this dog to smell.
Holy shit.
And I want to be as calm as Wobbles has ever been. Just try and be like, all right, Bear's not killing this thing. He's shown his power and he decided to stop using it. I'm not as dumb as Gus.
Or Okot, apparently.
I'm going to assess the situation and decide, you know what? P-Dog wants a B-Dog.
Amazing.
I really enjoy what you were doing here, especially using everything that you've taking the cleansing breaths of Riz.
And then if I lose my hand, that's like -1 to Dex for the rest of the campaign, right?
Okay, I want you to roll me animal handling with advantage.
And Okot's watching this going, that's a terrible punch. He's never gonna hit him.
I'm going to roll again with one of my inspirations.
Oh.
See if I can beat my 13. Ooh, I can't.
Ah.
I'm going to use my last inspiration and try one more time. Oh, okay.
God.
We'll see if a 13 it was meant to be. If not, then
yeah,
maybe I won't die.
I like the idea that Wobbles, even though he wasn't hit, he was bleeding for some reason until Riz healed him. And then he was like,
He was hit. He took... Oh, I see.
Uh-huh. That was your joke. Well. Look who's the Doug and look who's the Sadie now. And even though he's been healed up, he makes his way over and he sticks out his hand as Okot and Riz, you see this, and we'll resolve what happens with Wobbles in just a second. What would Okot like to do?
Okot's just, I think, kind of staring horrified, waiting for Wobbles to become Wobbles the one-armed Waggletop. I think I'm going to ready an action.
Okay.
I'm going to wait to see how the Wobbles thing plays out. And if Wobbles gets bit, I am running over there for a flurry of blows.
Okay. I love that for you. So as Okot waits to see what happens with Wobbles taking all of his movement speed to get over to the doggo and be like, good doggy. Okot's like, oh, that was a weak punch, but don't worry, bud. If things go south, I'm going to punch it for you.
Yeah, I'll show you how.
Don't worry, bud. We're in this together.
Gotcha, don't worry. All in this together.
I just love the idea that Okot sees that. It's like, oh, he's trying to punch him. That's the best he can do.
What would Riz like to do?
Riz will hold her action. Yeah, so she'll hold her action if it looks like she's going to give Wobbles a moment. She's going to trust Wobbles. Wobbles has trusted her. She's going to trust him. But if that creature even looks like it's going to start to chomp down, she's running over and, like, you know, taking its jaw off.
I mean, yeah, Wobbles is her boy. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
okay.
Wobbles runs up and holds out his hand, and all of us are just like, oh, shit.
Yeah, we're like, what's happening?
It's about to go down.
Coiled for action.
Okay, as everybody prepares their action, we cut back to Tree Team after Luwewe's invitation, or how would you word what you said previous to this?
She's just talking. She's just talking to a tree.
As you do, as Verseverin, and I'm not being classist when I say this, but as Verseverin, a druid, would know, you just shoot the breeze with trees. It feels good on their leaves.
Oh, I'll be honest, this is surprising to me. I did not think it was this straightforward to talk to a tree. You just talk.
You just start talking, man.
It's like talking to an animal. You just start talking.
Damn.
I have to no, did he say that out loud or is he just watching that?
Yeah, I'm flabbergasted. This is my druidic training was involved animals and fae.
Oh, right. You talk to rabbits, don't you? One day, I want to talk to rabbits with you.
Rabbits, pigs, birds, crocodiles.
Crocodiles, really?
They don't like to talk.
Oh. All right. Well, Anyway, sorry. No, distracting. We're getting distracted. All right. Well, I don't actually know how to know what he's saying. Like, that's the big problem with this. Like, you'd say that you talk to rabbits and, like, you can understand the rabbits, too. I can't understand what Kala Kala is saying. So,
So what you said is beautiful. We take the box. If the problem after that speech, I don't know what to think about this tree.
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
I'm sorry, did you say disadvantage?
No, add.
Oh, okay. Thank Christ, and it doesn't matter.
3 and a 4.
1 second. Let me. Do I have an inspiration? I do. I have 1 inspiration. I will burn it for this.
Don't you also have like gold luck or something?
I also have gold luck. Thank you for that. I forgot my own shit. Remembered the other one. Yeah, I'll use gold luck first.
I feel like you haven't played D&D until you've forgotten some of your ability.
Man, the dice are not okay with me right now.
Just so everybody knows, what Luwewe has rolled is a 4. Then she rolled again using an ability, and she rolled another 4. So what you do have available to you is an inspiration if you think it's important enough to burn.
I do actually think it's important to burn this one, so I'm going to try one more time. And the dice blessed me slightly because that's a 16.
Okay.
Come on.
I mean, it
Come
only
on.
took.
Come on. Come on.
I think it was the dicking around beforehand that might have like turned this against me.
So as you do this, you reach out for the box.
I'm gonna get like she pauses for like a minute. Well, I mean they're talking, and then she kind of looks back at the tree. And she goes, "All right, okay, Kala, I can't hear you, so this is how it's gonna go. I'm just gonna touch the box, and if you have a problem with that, I guess we'll find out together, won't we? I'm hoping not though, because my friends are down there, and I know they want to help you too. So, yeah." And then she's gonna touch the box.
She touches the box. Okay, as she touches the box, everybody on the team, especially Wobbles, who is closest to the bee dog, you see the tree shudder, and as we cut back to Wobbles' team, ground team, as you put your hand in front of his face, his ears once again are faced away from you, listening almost as if to the tree itself. And the electricity starts to surge through its body as it makes direct eye contact with you, Wobbles. Its electric blue eyes glowing as it stares at you for a strong moment. The tree shudders again as the bee dog, my apologies, leans in and gives a sniff to your hand and sits down.
Who's a good boy?
Can I use my reaction to pet him? Wait, he might be lightning. You know what? I'm going to chance it.
I believe in you in this. As Wobbles, are you petting the snoot or are you petting the head? Or the body, I guess.
I'd like to think like a nice behind the ear.
Oh, a man of culture, I see. Wobbles, also, this creature, when sitting, is about your full height.
Just about? I'm surprised he's not bigger.
Yeah, actually, he would be a little bit taller, so you have to reach up to get behind his ear. However, as you do, you put your hand behind his ear, and you feel just a little bit of static electricity, but as you are scratching behind his ear, the bee dog starts to lean towards your hand.
Aww.
Copywritten.
So does everybody want to use their saved actions to attack this poocher?
Nope.
He's defenseless. Now's the time to act.
He did not bite, so therefore we do not attack.
Yeah.
The dog does not die. DM.
Who are you, Brennan? Are you Brennan Lee Mulligan right now?
I feel like Wobbles is the only one who would attack.
He's getting his blade ready.
Haha, it was evil, asshole.
You misread me, bear, idiot. In that case, if no one wants to attack the poocher or the bulldog or the bee dog, we will call it good as the bee dog sits in front of the base of the tree as I think Bear would come over and also follow Wobbles' lead. He's like, oh, you're just a guardian for your tree, huh? I understand, bud. What would Okot and Riz like to do?
Okot's frantically patting down her pockets for some beef jerky to make amends.
Roll me for beef jerky, please.
All right. Is that a D20?
Just straight up.
All right. Rolling a 20. 10 points of beef jerky.
10 points of beef jerky gets you a slab of beef jerky.
Hey. Okot's going to very cautiously and slowly approach El Dogito with beef jerky in hand.
Okay. As Okot approaches El Dogito with beef jerky in hand, what would Riz like to do?
Riz will also just sort of move up and show that she's nice to the doggy.
I've lured them all into a cluster. Excellent.
Now's the time to strike. he's the BBEG, you fools.
Thank you for listening to What's Your Damage Season 2, featuring Ray Palmer as Luwewe, Sadie Blake as Okot, Kate Ingram as Riz Parcheesi, Douglas Gale as Perseveron, Parker Postini as Wobbles Waggletop. Elliot Rose is our Dungeon Master. Audio engineering by Sadie Blake and Douglas Gale. All music created by Sadie Blake. Sound effect attributions can be found in the show notes.
Hey, thanks for listening to the show. You can find more of What's Your Damage on Apple Music and Spotify, or on our website, wydpod.com. We've got maps, just gorgeous character art, and tons of lore for all needs to know. There's also going to be a sign up for our newsletter, which features content warnings for all episodes upon release, because we think that's super important. And for those of you that want to chat with us on social media, because you love us so much, you can find us at WYD Pod, and that's WYDPODD on Instagram and Threads, as well as a bunch of others listed on our website. In case you don't like those first two, you can find us elsewhere, because if there's a place to be, we're probably there already. So, please stop by, say hi. We would all genuinely love to hear from you.
Hey, Bulldog. Beatles fans.